Yaj Effect. Yaj Effect. YAJ. Go! Juice, man. Mr. Juice. Welcome to YAJ. Welcome to YAJ.
Hello, everybody. On this Saturday. What a day. All right. True or false? The quote, "May the force be with you," is from Star Trek. True or false? I'll give you the answer at the end.
Excuse me. What's up, spiritual brothers and sisters? It's the ribs. You know, today is a little weird because the simple fact is, you know, DMX and Prince Philip. I remember Prince Philip, you know, listening to some of the bios but the whole thing about it is 99 years old. That's a long time to be living. You're talking about the Great Depression. You're talking about the dust storm. You're talking about, you know, damn near the end of the Cowboys and Indians. Or just 99 years old is a landmark to me. My grandmother lived to be 95, I think.
I was 97. I was 97, I think. 97, 98.
I mean, so 99, you're talking about, you know, good Lord, man. Good.
That's
Lord.
a long time. I mean, I'm 50, so I'm not even remotely close to that.
Yeah.
But to live a long life like that, that's yeah.
And don't forget the Queen's in her 90s too. Betty White's in her 90s. We're talking about 90 years old, people. We're not talking about the spring chicken.
And I'm gonna tell you what, Betty White still looks like she's like ready to go.
Right. But DMX, I told you last week, I said when they found him, he was already dead. He was already dead. The family just, I guess, they wanted to say their goodbyes or whatever.
Well, they said they're gonna hold them until the family got there so they can say their piece before they,
right. But
which is, I think is right. You know, that's their choice.
I mean, but come on, man. I don't care what story if you had. Look, you ever notice that they're doing two stories? They'll tell you the first story. If you catch it the first time, they'll tell you the truth. The second time is going to be some just jumbled up words. Because the first time they said the story about DMX, they found him. He was already unresponsive. So how he was still alive or how they kept him alive, if he was already in a vegetative state, that means he was already clinically dead. The life support was just keeping him alive. That's it. They might have found maybe a piece of a pulse. But come on, man, he was already dead. And if those who are spiritually connected to whatever you're connected to already knew by the time they found him, he was already dead. I mean, there's no more to say except for rest in peace, y'all. Another thing, too, if you've noticed that the police violence is still escalating. They're just not talking about it. And, you know, I read something that, you know, a man, and he happened to be a producer, got arrested at his own house for doing nothing. And what was happening was, and I was reading the story before I moved on to another story, but what happened was they were in the area because of a domestic violence call. And instead of asking questions, they just automatically cuffed him. Oh, so you heard that story too?
Yeah, I hate to say this, but you've got to ask questions.
They don't ask questions no more.
They should, because what if you get, you know, if you get the wrong person, you're already paying for things that you do.
That's what they questioned about the dude that shot at those 10 people. And what was it, Colorado? Was it Colorado? They handcuffed the Hispanic dude, and the dude was still not apprehended yet. they assumed it was him, and it wasn't. But the whole thing about it is, watch this, and I'm telling you, this is what I'm trying to tell you. They're going to mess around with this police reform bill, and they're not going to sign it. So don't be surprised. And another thing that I want you to understand is, I never was putting my faith all in Camilla or Biden at all. I felt that Trump could have done a little bit more, but he didn't. And the thing I'm saying is because look at the riots. They easily had contained everything, but you chose not to. You want to make a spectacle. Those who understand the truth understand the truth. Those who understand lies only understand lies. And the truth of the matter is, we have the power to change everything. You choose not to. I don't understand, what is this deal about killing unarmed people or using brute force on unarmed people by themselves? But yet you got a man who walks into a store and opens fire on 20 people, and y'all take y'all time to go handle the situation. That lets me know that either you're punk bitches or you're scared as shit. Which one are you? So you what? You only man up on one person, but when it comes to a mass shooter, all of a sudden now you're hiding behind cars and waiting for your brother to get there before y'all decide to apprehend him alive. The reason why I say all this, because again, I'm explaining it to you. I got young nephews, all boys. This one over here has got a grandchild, a boy. He's got children, young children. And what the scariest part was, just like reading the one about the lieutenant, it was in Virginia. When he was being apprehended, sitting in his car, had the registration in the window. This was in Windsor, Virginia. A lieutenant in the Army. So all you people who say, oh my God, thank you for your service, blah, 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 but Blue Lives Matter. There you go. There's your clash. What do you do now? Who do you support? Because most people in the Army don't like committing crimes because they will get booted out of the Army, especially a lieutenant. Believe me, he's not trying to do anything to get him booted. You know how hard you got to work to become an officer in the military now? You know how hard? If you don't go to school, you might stay. Believe me, I talk to these guys 3 days a week. If you come in from school and college, then you start rising as an officer. But it still takes years just to become a captain. All that glorified crap you see on the movies, it doesn't work like that. It takes years before you become a captain. You might make sergeant within 10 years, but captain, a little longer than that. Before you ever hit colonel. Before you ever hit general. General will take your entire lifespan, and you might become 50 before you hit general.
Sure, before you know it, it's time to retire.
Yeah. Yeah. What I'm saying is this. Pay attention to the news. Pay attention to the news. Because as they keep saying that we're taking our shots, what's going to be next behind? Because they're already saying in one of my news stories that Brazil is COVID surges in Brazil. I don't know. But the whole thing about it is, okay, if you take the shot, how is it still rising? But if these people are not taking the shot.
Some of these shots are saying that you can still catch it, you just don't get it as bad.
Right.
That's kind of like a flu shot. You get the flu shot, it doesn't mean you can't get it, you just won't have it as bad.
Yep. So you're telling me my chances of getting beat down by a cop is greater than catching COVID? I'll take those odds.
I think they said something about New York. New York, they're already going without their masks.
Very shortly. Oh, and one of my coworkers.
Say hi to your mom.
Who?
Your mother. Say hi.
I don't know her.
Yes, you do. Oh my gosh. Hi, Lawrence. Hi, Ruth.
I don't know her. If
Goodness gracious.
think about this for a moment. One of my coworkers, he stopped me. He said, I caught that segment when you was talking about Cain and all that other stuff. I said, oh, you did? He said, I was about to comment. What is wrong with your
It's been doing it the whole time. And I've been looking up there to see if it's doing there. It's not doing there, it's just doing here.
yeah, there's something wrong. What I'm trying to say is I got more in the future. And how can I say this without irritating Facebook?
We've been glitching how long now for this whole segment?
What I'm saying is about this is I got more to come. And I don't just blow smoke out of my ass. But a lot of y'all are too afraid to admit anything. See, I hold God up here. We all know there's a God. We know there's something more powerful than we can ever imagine. Just like we know there's something more powerful down here than we can imagine. We just in between the sandwich.
Well,
But
it seems like the power down here is at the very beginning was doing more up here than the thing up there coming down here.
yeah, well, that's her interpretation. But
That's my interpretation. That's what I think.
But the thing is, if you really look at all the stories that are being told, the stories that are being told are just exactly what's happening right now. We have a one-sided nation against the other side. We're just trying to figure out why is it happening.
I don't know if you looked on Facebook, but there is a movie coming out. And I think it's of another country or whatever, but I forget what it is. I can't remember it right now, but it's still on Facebook and sending out. This movie's coming out, I think, in May. And if you really, I watched the previews, and when you watch the previews, it seems like everything that's happening then is kind of starting to happen now. There is a little difference, but if you really pay attention to it, it reminds me of what's going on right now.
It almost makes me feel like they're trying to destroy the Earth so they can move to another planet. Why would I want to still follow the same people who keeps destroying something?
And why do you want to destroy something that you have that can be good if you just treat it right? I mean,
as my man always told me, there's a thing called punch drunk, where you have so much power you don't know what to do anymore. But
well, that's kind of like when you got a lot of money, but you're bored.
Yeah.
So you go steal because you're not happy.
All demons got to feed their fetishes.
Everybody
You
has
want
a
to
fetish.
tell I mean, I already know the truth.
Well, I think everybody knows.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna read it again in that. Say hi, Ruth, Lawrence,
I don't know that
Cynthia. You better stop while you're ahead.
What's up, Lawrence? Cynthia.
And you're really bad. All right. The question was the quote. May the force be with you. Is it from Star Trek? True or false?
Star Trek.
It is not from Star Trek. It's
And
from
Antonio
Star
says Star
Wars.
Trek
It's false. Star
He
Wars.
says from John Luke Picard.
Star Wars. May the force be with you.
Hey, hello. You want to play? What are you doing? You hurt that bad? You can't play our music? He's like, hello.
YAJ Effect. YAJ Effect. YAJ.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a good evening. I'm praying for him. Your mama's praying for you. You do that. He needs it. You know who you're talking about.
I appreciate your prayers. You thought I didn't see that? Wow.
Welcome
Y'all have a good
to
night.
YAJ.
See y'all Tuesday.
You know,
Welcome
right?
to
She
YAJ.
said, may the force be with you.